whites in Nigeria who have never been to America because they were born in Nigeria and their parents still live in Nigeria.
That doesn't mean they're African American. If you don't have it in your blood, you shouldn't say it at all.
What if you have it on your paper?
No, it's about the blood. Paper can be destroyed. Paper can be destroyed. What's in your blood, like a virus or a disease, it stays there. It's you.
Being African American is like a virus.
You have to at least been in America. Or your parents, maybe. But anything past your parents, you shouldn't say that.
What if your parents?
If your parents are American, then you can say I'm African American. So if my parents are from New York and I was born in somewhere in Africa, I can say I'm African American because I'm half and half. But in America, we don't. I'm not saying that you should go with Americans say, but in America, I say I'm black because white people don't say I'm white American. You know, is this black, white, Asian, Caribbean, whatever. So you saying I said African American just because we are the same color is just it's wrong. You could have just said we're black because we're the same color. That would have made more sense.
Sorry about
Don't be sorry. I was just thinking about it. I don't know what made me think about it. I was reading something about how it's an article about why men lie to foreigners, which are Americans, about their nationality. And then I was like, wait a minute, is he American? So that's why I asked you that. That was it. Like, there's no way. I don't deal with black men. Period. If you notice, if you notice when I message you, it's just too hard to talk to black men. Just like some black men think it's very hard to talk to black women. It's just like when we just ask a question, it's just like it's like a power thing. Like I don't have to answer her straight until she does this. Like I ask you so many questions, like more than once, and it's just like it's not answered. Like my phone had to die.
That's part of the questions.
Nah, I mean not directly.
We only argue you comment and me comment. That's the only argument.
Yeah, but during that time, I was still trying to get to know who you are because I thought of myself like, you know, you asked me how are you, and I said I'm not good, and then I explained to you, and it was just like you trying to get me somewhere. Like there was nothing to make me know who you are. So I was just doing a little small talk, but the little just stretched because you wasn't answering it directly.
I even tried. And I did what I'm supposed to do. No, you check your profile. I saw pictures Miami. I did Sonia Beach,
Mm-hmm.
Ella Beach.
Mm-hmm.
That was New York. And then the other one, you said, what's it called? Emirates Mall.
Uh huh.
So now, nothing tells me you are in Dubai apart from the Emirates Mall.
My location says it.
No,
My location says I'm from Dubai since yesterday.
no.
Okay.
On my phone, it never said that.
Okay.
Then, now, I tried when you said, when I asked you to send your picture, the one you sent, I can't get your background. You are saying your battery is dying. After I sent you the address,
Mm-hmm.
uh, why I asked you for the picture, I want to see if you are really at Dubai Airport background because when
Yeah, but you didn't say anything
yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
I know.
So that's a done deal. You messed up on that.
So no, I'm just telling you something like how it goes. Then I tried going to your profile, checking your pictures. Those comments were like 1 week ago, 4 days ago. So I was like,
But what does that have to do with what I just said, though?
No.
That has nothing to do with me
No.
asking you questions and you're not
What I
answering.
was
You
trying,
changed the
what I
subject.
was trying to do is like confirming if you are really.
But what does that have to do with me asking you questions and you're not answering?
Which question do you answer?
You see, you don't listen. I was just saying that, I asked you some questions and you weren't answering. It's hard to talk to black men because they don't answer questions. They just try to change the subject, which you just did.
Like you said.
It is. That's why, it's a little difficult. I was just airing my preference, my opinions.
When you asked me to send my ID,
Yeah.
I remember one movie I can't
Everybody
no,
thinks about movies.
they will have there is this lady.
Uh-huh.
I think okay, one man was working for one kind of guy, and then someone thrown a dog,
Mm-hmm. A dog?
a dog in his jeep in his waistband. Now a lady came and like wanted to help. No, someone threw a dog in the lady's bin. Now the guy was passing and noticed there is something like a dog and tried to bring it out, calling the lady. The lady said, "Stop there, don't move. Show me your ID."
Uh-huh.
So the guy knows that the lady was scared.
Okay.
He got out his ID. The lady said, "Stay there, let me take you a picture. I'm gonna send it to my friend or family for them to know who the last person I'm with." Because the lady doesn't feel safe.
Okay.
The guy comes to like knocking at her door, telling her he just picked dog from the bin. So that's like what to do.
Yeah.
I need your ID. I want to send it to my family so they know. Okay.
Exactly. So why is that wrong? Why do you feel like you should have that power over me?
No, another thing that is wrong is that I don't know. I asked you for your phone at least for me to hear your voice to confirm you were a lady.
Uh-huh.
Someone can also ask you for your ID
Uh-huh.
just to play around with you
Uh-huh.
or just to use it to do something
Uh-huh.
else. So I also try to play safe.
You're not playing safe if the third thing you ask me is to come over to your house. That's not you playing it safe.
Playing safe, I mean, it's not you coming. You coming to my house, I'm seeing you.
Mm-hmm.
It's not easy for you to harm me like the way you can harm me with my.
No. I can't do anything with your ID. What can I do with your ID? If you lost your wallet, what can I possibly do with your ID? You tell me.
Get what I mean?
No. We are talking literal. What can I do with your name, your ID number, and your signature? What can I do?
Not my signature.
Or whatever. I don't know if your ID has it. What can I do? Tell me.
Listen, maybe a guy can use your picture
Mm-hmm.
can use a link to
Mm-hmm.
your profile.
Mm-hmm.
Now I send you
Mm-hmm.
the thing. I don't know what the guy. Let's use the guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's up to.
Mm-hmm.
He can use my name for anything.
But like for what? I don't understand. Like all your ID has is just your name, your date of birth. That's it. I cannot do anything with that.
What I sent you is not like just normal ID.
Mm-hmm.
It has my information. Once you go to anywhere and click it, everything about me will appear.
Every what?
It's like your green card in US, your citizen card. In US. Okay, it has my code that without my name, if I give you the code, you can access my data.
What would I want with your data?
Not you.
I know, but just in general, like, what can I possibly do? You're still not telling me. I could know, okay, he's been to jail, he has a house, he has 5 wives. What else can I do with it? If I cannot steal anything from you or destroy your life with that information, it's senseless. Like we always, as Americans, we always want to protect ourselves. Like, I don't want to give my social. The government already knows it. Like you cannot hide from anything. If I really wanted to, I can pay someone with your first and last name, and they can look up anything. But I can't do anything with that information but store it in my head. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing I can do with your documents. I don't have your social, your ID number, maybe you call it. I don't have your ID number. You know, I don't know. I don't know. I guess, yeah. I don't know. I don't know.
Why I sent you the way I sent you the picture was I told you already
You
my
didn't send me a picture with your ID though.
I snapped my ID.
Yeah. You sent me the name, which is cool, you know.
Yeah, why I sent you the name, at least you know I was holding the IDs, right? You saw
Yeah.
my hand
Right.
and you saw the name I already told you, Peter.
Right.
Yeah, at least to confirm to you that the name I told you was real.
Right.
And I'm sure without me doing that you would have.
Right.
So you play the safe side.
Mhm.
I'm also in a little way I can play the safe side.
But to me, you should have just been straight to the point. If you wanted to confirm that I was a female, you should have. You did the voice thing, but in my mind, okay, the Wi-Fi was messing up. In my mind, it didn't set it like, okay, he sent me a voice message. Let me send one back. You could have just asked, "Let me hear your voice," or send me a picture of the background. Like just,
If
just be straight up.
you are from US,
Mm.
if CIA is investigating or trying to do something, they don't have to go straight to you and make you know what they want to do or what they're trying to find out.
Right.
They can use any style to go. Someone can maybe send me, uh, maybe
Excuse me.
someone can ask you for a number now.
Yeah.
You give him, he will wait. You were expecting him to call right away. He will wait. He
Mhm.
will call you when you don't expect and know who will answer that call.
Guys do that all the time. I don't know why. Like we met where there's hundreds, thousands of people, but if I give you my number now, you're just gonna wait later, and I have to go. Okay, send me a picture. Oh, I don't remember you. What did we talk about? It's
I'm
just.
not even talking about like people you get number. Like,
What's your point though?
my point is that I was being safe. And so you coming to me, I know you can't do anything. Hence,
But, guys,
I know you can't do anything. Even if you're having a gun, shooting me, you are not going to go free. I'm sure hence is the bad. I may be dead, but you'll be arrested.
absolutely.
Yeah. So that's not my problem. My problem is that like using my identity to do something strange online.
Okay, I understand.
Just online level, not like
I understand.
yes.
I
Like
understand.
some people would want to send a guy or someone their naked picture, but they're only scared of what will happen after sending that
They have the
naked
picture. You're absolutely right. I agree. I agree. I'm just saying, though, you should have just answered my questions, made me feel comfortable right away, and that was it. If you really truly wanted to help, I understand what you said. I'm not disagreeing. If you truly wanted to help, you would confirm quickly.
Telling me to come to the airport.
That would have been amazing. Like I would have been in a different mood.
Coming to the airport to be like
That would have been like wow.
I
But
there is nothing that will make me do it. You know her. I stayed in Malaysia before. Okay. Now I met this girl online.
see now I'm getting stupid.
I met a lady online. So after some time, maybe talking like 1 month as friends,
Yeah.
then I told her I want to see her. She's in another part of Malaysia.
Come on, it's Asian. It's like don't trust Asian. I'm just kidding.
I'm just telling you.
Yeah.
So I tried to. She said that she send her. I should buy her ticket for her to fly over.
Mm-hmm.
Then I said, okay, let me get you ticket. When I was about going to get the ticket, she said no. Okay, first of all, asked her to change the ticket. She told me the price. When I wanted to go and buy the ticket myself, she said no. That she has an auntie who runs travel agent agency. So that she wants to get from the auntie.
So if you bought the ticket for her, that means you will have to have her passport information.
Not even have passport information.
Yeah, there's no other way for you to buy the ticket for her though. There's no other way.
You know, sometimes they don't use passport number to buy a ticket. Like I'm sure in the US, they don't use passport number to buy ticket.
Okay.
Is your passport number in your own?
Is it in my what?
What you bought your own online or you bought from agent?
My passport?
I mean your ticket.
Online. They asked me my number.
Your passport number. Okay, normally I know that people from US don't ask for passport
I
number.
mean, domestically, like if we're in the States, but if we're going to another country, we have to provide it.
Okay. So this lady, she just wants to scam. Do you know what I mean?
No.
Okay.
I mean, yeah.
I bought her. She's asking to send the money so she will buy the ticket herself. But to me, I have that feelings, but I just want to prove to myself. I said, okay. Uh, the money was about, I think, 300 grams. Malaysian money, and
Isn't it dirhams?
it's almost the same. Almost the same.
Dollars?
Almost the same. Their money is something.
Oh, okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay.
So that's why I said dirhams. So
Isn't it dirhams though? The pronunciation?
I don't know,
I've been
the
saying it
dirham-
wrong.
the dirham-
Whatever. Go ahead.
So her two and fro supposed to be like 600, but I tried to be smart. I said, hence this girl is in Malaysia and we're already in Malaysia. No need to buy her two-way ticket. Let her come first. Then from where I am, I will buy her the return whenever she's ready.
Okay.
So she agreed. I said, I'm gonna buy you one way when you come. She agreed. So on that fateful day, she called me that this happened, the other one happened, that their flights have been delayed. Then later gave me uh, then later gave me another time that they will be taking also so time. I said okay. Then before the time she said she will be flying, she told me that I have to pay for, I have to send her money for the ticket, for her return ticket. And if I don't do it, I'm not gonna see her. I said to myself, I asked her, what's wrong with you? You coming to see me? And I'm sure you know I will give you money, your ticket when you are going back. She insisted that I must like send her money to buy the return. So I laughed. I said no. I said no. Okay, I will give you at the airport. Once I get to the airport, because we agreed on me coming to the airport to pick her. Then, as God may have it, I was having that doubt. So I was like expecting her maybe 40% and 60% was not expecting her because the statement is not true. That I must send you money like you are coming here now. You don't need two-way ticket to come here. I have already paid for your coming. You said I must give you money for your code before I will be seeing you. So it's kind of suspicious.
Right.
So
So now you're gonna take it out on me. I'm already here,
no, listen,
and you're still holding my taxi money.
listen what I'm trying to say.
I know what you're trying to say. I'm making a joke, but it makes sense.
At the end of the day, this girl, the time she told me she will land, she never landed. I called her. She never called me. I called. This girl never answered her calls. And she asked me to come pick her from the airport. Imagine if I have gone to the airport and the airport is far to wait for her.
Airport's not far.
Not, I'm talking about in Malaysia. This happened in Malaysia. And assuming I had gone to the airport to wait for her, and at the end she didn't turn up, what would be my reactions? So I waited, calling her, she never answered. I called
You're using your bad experience, though.
I
Like,
called her auntie, the person that she told me was with the agency. That one answered and told I said, haven't I met her? That she even called her and was angry at me that I never came to pick her. I said, okay, that I never received any call from her and and she never answered my call. Then later, I think she was supposed to land around 9 p.m. I think around 12 or 1, I called her, she answered. She said she was so angry at me that I disappointed her. She waited for me at the airport and this, that. All those things. I said, You waited for me at the airport. So yeah, that she's so angry, this, that. I said, where are you? She said, she's is it at the church or what? I asked her. I said, you know what I did? Immediately I finished talking to her. Because that time my mind was already telling me that this is the same person answering this call, that this person she told me was her auntie. I guess is she answering using the two phones with changing voice. I called immediately I finished talking to her, I called that one her auntie. That one answered immediately. I had the same background voice.
Wow.
I had the same background voice. I said to myself, wow.
And where did you meet her?
Online.
What? The same thing? The same?
I mean, no. This one, I just really start.
What's this one? Scout. Okay.
Just really start not even up to 30 minutes before we started message.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I had it before a long time, but I can't remember the password.
Yeah,
So
I see
I was
another
doing
one.
something on my laptop. So I saw the application. I saw the application stand. I said, wow, Scout.
So let me get this straight. So earlier you said that let me just go into my account. You said earlier, I said this is African. Oh yeah, Black African. Okay. But it doesn't say African American. You know I didn't write African in it, right?
You still African.
I'm not African. And then I have a short description of myself.
Yeah, you know you're American.
Right.
Yes.
And from the Caribbean.
Yes.
So you saying the African thing, it's not an excuse. Now,
let's combine it. If you're in court now, it makes you African American because you profile say ethnicity African. Then you know
it's a scout thing. It's a default. But the first thing you see is black, and then I give a detail. I am American. My family is from the Caribbean. It says it there. But my words are first. Anything below that, I mean, is default. I cannot erase African.
They are on the same profile.
Let's take a look at yours, though, because this goes on to why I was asking you the questions you wasn't answering. Let's see what you have. Pet me. Not Peter, but pet me. Okay. He doesn't have a name. About me. Ask me. Height, ask me. Ethnicity, ask me. Body type, ask me. Interested in woman. Relationships, ask me. So when I ask you questions and you can't answer it straight, what the heck am I answering? Why am I talking to you?
Okay, the only question I answered was interested in you.
And your age. Like, that's not fair. I don't like when you guys do that. And I'm just talking about men in general. Like, you want so much from women, and it's like, well, what do you give? You give a blank profile and 2 pictures. Oh. Like, you know what I mean. I'm not counting your pictures. That's not the point, man. It's just, you guys are too much. It's like, gimme. I want.
Even from my picture, it's supposed to know my ethnicity.
Do I look like God? Did I create you? I'm supposed to know your ethnicity. What kind of nonsense is this? I'm supposed to know your height too? I'm very tall for a woman. I didn't know you were short. You see? So when you don't ask the basic questions, we can't even go on to other things.
Did you ask me about my height?
No, because you couldn't even answer something as simple as... My profile is, everything is answered. There's no ask me. And I look the way I look in my pictures. But every time with you guys, it's always different. Oh, this one has sunglasses. He doesn't show his body. He doesn't answer all the questions. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Your face doesn't represent your age.
It doesn't matter. You want to call my parents and ask them why?
Yeah.
My face doesn't represent my age.
You are.
I
I
don't care.
mean. I mean.
I look great. Black doesn't crap. It's the melanin in me. Thank you very much. I'm just fine with the way I look.
What I mean is that you look younger. That's what I mean.
That doesn't take away from the fact that your profile is misleading.
Can you help me edit it from there?
Excuse me?
Can you help me to edit?
No, do it yourself. Okay.